Last night I looked up silicone migration under Google. There are pictures under images that show when the silicone migrated into someone's eye. That's exactly what happened to my eye, and I lost my eyesight in 2 days. I've been completely blind in my right side for 3 years, and the infected implant is on my right side. It lodged up into my right hip, and so therefore it leaks. I didn't have any problems until then, and I also came down the banister when I first got the surgery done, and I hit it the right side, and so therefore it puffed up really big. And my doctor, Dr. Gutstein, had me come into the office, and he put gauze on the incision on the back of the butt. It's on your tailbone, and he put saline in it, and he made me lay there for about half an hour to 45 minutes, and then after 45 minutes, all the swelling came out, and it was all normal again. But I was tanning in my tanning bed. I owned my own tanning salon, and I was overextending my tanning sessions, and I had a $125,000 Ultra Bronze bed. And I got it too hot, and my implant lodged up into my right hip. So, anyways, it was all deformed. It flipped, and we couldn't figure out how to get it back in. So later on that night, I contacted Dr. Gutstein in Beverly Hills, and he told me that I had to come up there. And basically, I didn't see that I could get on a plane with my implant sitting up in my hip. So I got into my bathtub, and I got the hot water as hot as I could stand it. And then I remembered that the incision's in the middle, so we kept on pushing it outward. We kept on trying to move it back into place. Well, actually, I cupped it really hard, got it hot, and squeezed it. And then I pushed it to the inside of the towards my spine, and it popped back in. But after that, I started experiencing burns. I started experiencing a lot of different things that basically the silicone was migrating out the scar and up my spine, down my legs, and I've had a continual problem since then. You can see my face. It has jowls on it where the silicone migrates up around the back of my ears, down my neck, and it goes everywhere. So I don't know about the people that put silicone in their butts with injections or the stuff that they're getting done in Mexico, but it costs $2,400 for a full butt, and I believe it's $1,600. And if you bring a friend, you get a discount. And the lady comes into the club and she injects you, and then all of a sudden you have these big butts. But they don't look natural. They don't look, you can tell there's something in there. But I feel that, and I've noticed some of the girls at the club, they're not working as much, they're tired, and when I was back there 6 months ago, I noticed some of the top main girls were getting, you could see their looks going, their hair started getting really frail, and basically, you can tell, you can look at the skin and it looks really pale, but the skin on the outer area where the implants have been, or the injections have been put in, it'll turn black. And basically, all I've ever done is I've soaked in a bathtub, and you can't use chemicals. Chemicals will cause you to burn. You have to, and sometimes it takes a long time for it to get it to work, but I've also used chuck pads, you know, blankets or anything. Basically, you have to use paper towels, and you lay on them on the incision or on your butt, and it'll all absorb into the paper towels. But you have to change them, and you have to make sure that the paper towels are flat. You can't just bunch up a wad, and because it won't work. It has to go with the flow with a paper towel, and that's basically what it does when it migrates onto your body. It goes every which way like a spider web. It doesn't matter which way it's going to go because it's loose particles, and the loose particles run to an area where it can adhere to, and that's all it's trying to do is make a strong surface again. So I guess my you know, it's ran everywhere else. The only place left is my face. So I'm completely covered in it, and I've had a lot of problems. I'm allergic to basically all painkillers. You can't give me an IV. When they put the IV in me is when I lost my eye, and my eye swelled up to the size of a baseball. It took 6 months to go down. They called me Cyclops, and if you look at Google Images, you'll see a guy's eyeball, and there's some pretty nasty stuff on it, and it's not pretty. So that's why I'm putting this out, is because I felt deformed, I felt, because it runs into your vagina and makes your vagina turn black and you can't feel anything. So therefore your sex life is gone. And if you do have sex, the stuff will migrate into your vagina. So the best thing possible is not to have sex. Abstain from having sex, because then that's when it starts moving elsewhere. So, and it's very painful. The burns on my body, the excruciating pain is indescribable, because you sit there and you shake and shake and shake, and it's just, when you break out with a breakout, it gets really, it's wet and it's sweaty and it takes a long time to dry. So basically paper towels and witch hazel is what I used. It'll sting, but if you make sure you get it all off of the surface completely, it won't come back there for a long time. But if it does, it just keeps migrating to the places where it's been. So therefore, I'm shit out of luck. I'm in a bad situation, and I'm going to be moving to a colder climate so I can live a healthier life. And that's what I'm going to do. So when you get it in your GI tract, I was working outside on Memorial Day weekend, and it moved all the way through my intestines, completely through. And my solar plexus closed shut. I couldn't release the pelvic muscles in your stomach to open back up the airway. And so basically I was drinking water, and like every 30 minutes I would projectile the water back out. It wouldn't even digest. So for some reason 7-Up works. It produces air bubbles in your stomach, which is good. Coca-Cola helps neutralize it when you're septic. And that's basically what it is when you get burns, you're septic. That means your pH system in your body is acidy. And that's how you get the burns. So I would stay away from lots of spicy foods and Cheetos and stuff that has like MSG in it, because it's just like cancer. It will aggressively it'll aggressively start migrating if you don't start eating right. Like use things like pomegranates and blueberries and you know, yogurts and stuff that is like really healthy for you, and take a multivitamin, because that's going to help a lot keep your immune system up. Once your immune system breaks down, you'll continually get sick, and that's what it is. It's an autoimmune disease. Unfortunately, I believe that the silicone is in my bones, and that it's migrated up my spine into my cerebellum and my brain, and that's why I have so many problems with my eye. My eyes were never this big, where it looks like I'm like a ghost. I had really small eyes, and you can look on the pictures through the years how basically my body has changed, and the silicone lies on your muscles or your bones, on the outer layer, your kneecaps, anywhere that's hard, to make a hard surface. And once it dries, it's very, very hard to get off. So the faster you get it off, the easier it is. So the longer it stays on, the harder it is. And if you put witch hazel on your face, you'll feel the radicals start moving around, and it'll actually mess with you, and it starts irritating, and it'll mess with your respiratory system, where you can't breathe and you're afraid you're gonna like hyperventilate. Just calm down and be in a relaxing place, because you have to relax your muscles to get this stuff off. It's not very easy. Anyways, this is the best video diary I've made. It's October 8th, 2015. My name's Diamond Johnson, and I'm living with silicone migration. Have a good day, and I wish you the best in your journey.